Hi there, and welcome to the Modern Firm Practices show for this week. I am Brad Turville, and I want to talk to you about your team, your accounting team. This is one of the biggest problems that I see in growing firms. I just got off the phone from a friend of mine who I went to school with, who runs a practice in Melbourne, and he was telling me the biggest thing for him is team, getting the right people, attracting new people, managing those people, getting the most from those people, so on and so forth. And what was coming out of his mouth over the phone is exactly what I hear all the time from firms of all sorts of different sizes. So a bit of an interesting fact, in one of my coaching groups, the majority of firms had to, let's say, rehome a poor performing team member in their first year of working with me. Now, they already knew this was a poor performing person. They already knew that they weren't a good cultural fit, that they had to go, but they just hadn't done it. And I guess getting the accountability and a bit of a push in the group is what helped them take action and put that into place. But it was a good indicator to see that this is quite a big problem in firms, not only attracting people, but then on the flip side, if it doesn't work out, which, hey, if you've ever grown a team before and maybe in your team right now, you might know, geez, I was quick to hire that person, but maybe I should also be quick to fire them. So the only reason someone else in the group didn't have to rehome someone is because this is their first year of business and it's only them. So pretty much everyone with the team had to rehome someone, whether it was one person was a marketing person, another person it was as a senior person, and the other person was a practice manager. So one big leverage point you can look to introduce if you haven't got to it yet, if you're just thinking about it, is outsourcing. Okay, so you either engage someone that doesn't sit in the office with you, they might sit in another town or a city or another country, or you actually outsource the production of and delivery of some of your work. What that does for you is give you leverage over your time and over the amount of capacity available, meaning you can now do more. Also look to hire for strengths. Okay, so if you've got certain strengths, but you've also got some weaknesses, you might want to bring on someone that props up those weaknesses. So a good example there is around marketing. Let's say you want to grow your firm, but you're struggling with growth. And it's because you are technically brilliant, as is the rest of your team, but that doesn't equal new clients flooding in the door every week. So the next best hire for you might be a marketing resource. And hey, if you're smaller, they might be part-time. I remember a long time ago when I was in practice, I hired a marketing person back in the early days, and she only worked 1 day a week. But what did I want to do back then? I was small and I wanted to grow. What do you need to grow? You need a marketing machine. I didn't know back then what I know now, so the easiest thing to do was just to bring in an expert to just focus on and drive that particular department. But also remember, with marketing people, they're not conditioned to be working in an accounting practice their whole life. So they come in with different perspectives, with different ideas, with different motivations and attitudes that you can get a lot from. Perhaps it might be a salesperson. Who would have ever thought a salesperson working for an accounting firm? But if you've got a marketing engine that works really well, or you've got a big client base with unmet client needs where there's opportunity to better service your client, but the bottleneck there is from a sales perspective, you might need to hire that particular type of person. On the flip side, you might be have very ambitious growth goals. So you might say, right, we're going to throw some capital at marketing and sales. We're going to bring on a marketing person and we're going to bring on a salesperson. And then we'll focus on tightening up delivery and making sure we're meeting client needs and we are able to deliver very well the services to meet those client needs. I talked to a firm yesterday and they're doing just that. They had to turn off their marketing because they grew too quick. They've now got themselves sorted. They've brought on some new people. They actually brought on a new director, and that director's sole job is business advisory. Not compliance, not tax, not bookkeeping, not ASIC, not anything like that. Just business advisory, and comes from a good background. I actually know this guy. Comes from a good background just doing advisory and doing client education. So he can also help out in the marketing department there to raise awareness and funnel some opportunities through. But they're also bringing on salespeople, okay, business development team members to drive the sales department. Because when we think about it, marketing, creating awareness, we've created awareness, now we're in a sales conversation. Sales conversation of those clients that we win, they now go into the delivery where we do advisory, tax, planning, mortgage, bookkeeping, super, and so on. That's where you are already, that's what you're really good at. But to get new clients on board, we need to go through those two departments. And if they're non-existent for you or they're working very poorly, there is a lot falling through the gaps. So maybe someone's strengths that would fit into those departments are your weaknesses. So you can just focus on doing your thing and they can come and make that perform. And you know, when you factor in your goals to grow and the numbers around that and factor in some costs for those type of people, there's plenty of upside there for you as the partner. Another idea is a client manager. So I see partners as they're growing, or even just a sole director, that they're getting so overwhelmed with the number of clients, the amount of workflow, chasing invoices, working capital. You know, now we've got COVID hitting. Client relationships where the clients are dependent on the partner, and the partner continuing like that and bringing on new clients, and especially big high paying clients, again, dependent on the partner. It gets to a point, someone I spoke to this morning saying, oh, I now don't have to work weekends. I said to him, hang on, why would you have had to have worked weekends in the first place? And it's just because he had just allowed it to grow by being reactive and hadn't been strategic in putting people in place and pushing down relationships. So a client manager, especially a gun client manager, is someone that's going to allow partners to move some of their client relationships down to someone that can better service and have a lot more capacity and opportunity to better service some of those relationships. Definitely for new clients, because they haven't built strong relationships yet, but over time, you as a partner will be able to transition some of you, even your key client relationships, down to the client manager. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen if you put those processes in place. But you need that client manager to be there. Now, it doesn't mean you as a partner are going to be disappeared and gone forever, unless that is your strategy. You want to get yourself out. But it's going to open you up to do leadership in your business and managing your team. It's going to allow you to do more sales and marketing activities, talking to existing clients, getting out there. And it's going to allow you to then do the high value work that maybe only you can do. Okay, or maybe you need to spend some time building the capability within a team on. But without that key client manager that you can trust, that you can work with, that has really got those skills, who then, look, they might have someone very technical under them who can do the real tax work. But handing off those client relationships is what's going to free up your time. And the key, if you see a theme through all of these Modern Firm practice show videos, is to free up partner time. I'm just going to keep banging that drum time and time again. It almost doesn't even matter what video I do or what I'm talking on. The key lesson that it will come back to is freeing up partner time. So the last one here is an opportunity that's presenting itself at the moment, which is that many of the big firms are laying off hundreds of accountants. And when I say laying off, they've actually already laid them off, because this video's in September 2020. They've already laid off hundreds and hundreds of accountants. Big firms, what do big firms do? Well, you get a lot of experience, you get a lot of exposure, you get to work with a lot of different people, you get a lot of training. And you're able to take that, and for you as the smaller firm or even the mid-tier firm, you're able to Attract that type of talent, because there is now so many out there in the market thinking, what am I now going to do? I thought I had my career set, or I was happy where I was. Now I've just been, thrown out there into the job market again. There is a great opportunity, if you are proactive, to pick up top talent. And I know one of the guys in the coaching group has already done that, and he had been recruiting for someone for some time, but it was particularly that client manager role that I just spoke of. And look, you don't always get the exact right person straight away, and for him, he had to go through one or two people. But now, with such opportunity out there in the market, he's been able to pick up an absolute gun that came from a big firm that was just sort of thrown out, that can bring great skills, is a great client manager, is used to building relationships, is used to business development, and can bring big firm expertise into a boutique level firm. So that's a great unique selling proposition there for the firm itself, and just adds to that firm's brand. So let's go over those a couple of things. If there are bad eggs and poor performers that are in there that you need to get rid of to open up space to bring in a new champion, you need to take action on that now. Look at outsourcing. If you haven't already done it, it's going to give you leverage. It's going to give you some opportunities to get ahead. Hire for strengths. Okay, so hire for strengths that are your weaknesses. If that's sales and marketing, then so be it. Attracting a client manager, or looking whether a client manager is the next best hire for you, so you can start to push down existing relationships, but also new clients that come in, their relationship, bang, straight away, hey, you need to go and speak to John or Mary here. They're going to be looking after you. They're the best person here that's going to be able to run with you and take you where you want to be. And number 5 is, if you are looking to hire either right now or in the very short term, look at the job market right now, basically anywhere in the world, because so many big firms have laid off so many great people. There is heaps of opportunities there on the market. You just need to jump on it and be a little bit proactive about it. So there's 5 gold nuggets for you this week on the Modern Firm Practices show. I'm Brad Turville, and stay tuned for the upcoming Modern Firm Practices membership launching the 1st of October. It has already been soft launched out to friends and colleagues. So if you're already on our list, if you're already engaging with us, if you've already heard from me, then you're on that list. If you want to get on that list before the 1st of October 2020, go to bradturville.com/MFP, Modern Firm Practices. So /MFP, you can chuck in your email and you'll get the first opportunity to jump in to what is going to be an absolutely amazing online community, where you'll get access to me, you'll get access to all the trainings, you get access to like-minded peers. We run everything on a monthly basis. It's for a no-brainer pricing, and there's absolutely no lock-ins. This is the perfect community for a COVID type world where we're all online. We want a bit of collaboration. We want to talk to each other. We want to learn, but we also have got businesses to run, and we want to run them a bit better, and we want to grow them a bit more. So I would love to see you in there. Again, that was bradturville.com/MFP. Until next week, this has been Modern Firm Practices. I'll see you then.